So next on the MLB season preview, we got the Baltimore Orioles. A lot of high hopes for this team. Got all the way into the postseason. Did come up short, but this is a team that has high hopes. This fan base should be happy. They got a bright future, a lot of prospects, and this team is in a mode that they can win a World Series. It's been a long time for this city to get a World Series. I do believe that Baltimore has what it takes, though, to win it all. And I'm going to show you exactly why that is. Overall, though, very high ceiling for this team. And right now, this is a team I'm very excited to cover just based on their extraordinary potential and the ability of being one of the best baseball teams in the planet for this coming year. So, looking at the Baltimore Orioles, their last World Series title they ever had was 1983. Last year they had a great season of 101 wins, 61 losses. They won the AL East. They lost in the ALDS to the Texas Rangers and got swept. Big reason Texas bats were amazing, but also the fact that this was a young team, still trying to figure it out. Still have a lot of superstars like in the making, but they got to go through these learning curves, and this is one of them where they just had to be outbeat by a already World Series ready Texas Ranger team. Um, for the Orioles, they did really well in the rankings. I mean, 17th in home runs, so maybe their power can go up a little bit. They were 10th in batting average, which is nice. 11th in hits, not bad. 7th in ERA, fantastic. 5th in saves, fantastic, especially with Felix Bautista. Unfortunately, his injury is devastating. 25th in home runs allowed, so near the bottom, that's fantastic. 13th in strikeouts, kind of in the middle of the pack there. They had the sixth least errors committed, so great defensive team with a fifth being in fielding percentage. So again, they did not make many mistakes, and it really showed with 101 wins. Overall, the acquisitions that they have made, the two big ones, Craig Kimbrell um, and Corbin Burns, are starting pitching. They know they needed a veteran, they needed an ace. Corbin Burns is going to be that ace, regardless of other guys fighting for that. Corbin Burns is going to be that guy, and it adds extra depth for them. It just makes him a hell of a lot dangerous. Craig Kimbrell just makes him a hell of a lot dangerous at the bullpen end, and he has to fill in for the departures, which has Felix Bautista there. He's not left the team. He didn't leave at all, but he has elbow surgery, major elbow surgery. That's going to have him out until the next season. So he won't even play this coming season, which is a shame. And they lost guys like Aaron Hicks, who was pretty great in the LDS there with in terms of timely hits and at bats. Kyle Gibson and Jack Flattery, who's had pretty good years as a starting pitcher. But overall, I think they've gained enough to have all those losses really be kind of a scratch, not a huge pain. Definitely doesn't derail them from winning multiple games, and I do believe that they can. They have the ability to win back-to-back AL East champs, and we'll see what happens. I think they can make a deep run in the playoffs for sure as this young team develops and um, becomes more cohesive with each other. You look at the Baltimore Orioles. This thing that they were fantastic at last year was pitching wise, and like I said, they just got even better with those two guys, Kimbrel and Burns, in the organization. And you look at the rotation. I mean, it looks solid. 29-year-old Corbin Burns, 10-8, 3.39 ERA, 200 Ks. I mean, they were um, not terrible at strikeouts. This can probably push them over the edge and be top 10, top 5 strikeouts. I think they can get there, definitely. Then you got 27-year-old Kyle Bradish, who had a fantastic year last year, 12-7, 283 ERA, 168 Ks. Dean Kramer, 28 years old, 13-5, 4.12 ERA with 157 Ks. Then you have John Means, who was out for surgery, and he's back at 30. He was 1-2. He had a 2.66 ERA with 10 Ks. He's going to have, I think, tremendous numbers. And then the youngster, 24-year-old Grayson Rodriguez, who is 7-4, 4.35 ERA with 129 Ks. He will be great as well. So I'm looking at it, and I think that this rotation is going to be one of the best in baseball, and it's exciting to see that, especially from a city like this and a team like this that hasn't been great for a long time. For the bullpen wise, I mean, it's even better. When you look at some of the guys they got. 29-year-old Dylan Tate, he had 73.2 innings pitched. He's at 60 Ks, 3.05 ERA. That's nasty. 27-year-old CNL Perez, he had 53.1 innings pitched. He had a 3.54 ERA and 44 Ks. Danny Columb at 34, 51.1 innings pitched, 2.81 ERA, 58 Ks. 30-year-old Yennier Cano, 72.2 innings pitched, 2.11 ERA, 65 Ks, and 28-year-old Mike Baumann, who had 64.2 innings pitched, 3.76 ERA, and 61 Ks. And with the loss of Felix Bautista, this is where Craig Kimbrell comes in. He is 35 years old, and this guy, he was 23 for 28 saves for Philly, and 94 Ks, 69.1 innings pitched, 3.26 ERA. So overall, this is all about pitching. This is what you need in the postseason is pitching. I think they have answered that call, and I think they have the ability of taking this very far and deep into October and November. So Baltimore Orioles, their diamond, the diamond is looking like this. Um, so overall, I mean, you're gonna have Adley Rutschman at catcher. That's not a big surprise. 26 years old, 277 batting average, 20 home runs, 80 RBIs, a 99.4 fielding percentage. Gonna be one of the top catchers in the league, number one eventually, very soon. Um, First baseman, usually be Mountcastle. I think they're gonna move him to DH. So O'Hearn will be the guy at 30. 289 average, 14 home runs, 60 RBIs, a 99.6 fielding percentage at first. That's nice. Jordan Westberg, sorry, 25 years old, a young guy as well, developing. 260 batting average, 3 home runs, 23 RBIs, and a 100% fielding percentage in only 67 games played. I think they'll get a full 162 out of him around there, and I think his numbers will definitely increase. Henderson, the AL Rookie of the Year, 22. 255 batting average, 28 home runs, 82 RBIs with a 96.2 fielding percentage. Fantastic. He's going to be fantastic. And I think he's going to put up MVP numbers, I believe. Shortstop, it was really hard to kind of see where they're going to place everyone, but looks like they're going to have Mateo out there at 28. He has a 217 batting average, 7 home runs, 34 RBIs, and a 97% fielding percentage there. Um, in the outfield, you got Austin Hayes at 28, 275 batting average, 16 home runs, 67 RBIs, and a 100% fielding percentage. Mullins at center, hopefully he can stay healthy at 29, 233 batting average, 15 home runs, 74 RBIs, and a 98.9 fielding percentage. Right fielder Santander at 29, 257 average, 28 home runs, 95 RBIs, and 99.5 fielding percentage. And their DH, who is going to be probably Mountcastle at 27, 270 batting average, 18 home runs, 68 RBIs overall. I have a mixture of guys. Obviously, their pop in their bat is going to continuously develop. I do believe they will be better on offense. And they just got, I feel, better at defense. Felix Bautista is a large, like a large kind of setback for him. But in terms of retrospect, like in terms of everything, I think they're going to be just fine with what they have. Their team's going to be just fine. And honestly, these are one of the contenders for the World Series next year. And don't be surprised they get to the World Series next year and be one of the top dogs for most of the year.